Hey everybody, Movie Fan Z here. I'm going to try a different location for the next two reviews, but we'll see how it goes. So, the first movie I'm going to review for you today is 2021's Cruella. So, this is basically the prequel for the villain, Cruella de Vil, of 101 Dalmatians. So, let's get into this plot, and I actually have it written down here from IMDb. So, this movie focuses also on Estella, which is kind of like the other version. So, she's a young and talented grifter who wants to make her way into the fashion industry, and she wants to. This takes place in 1970s London. Well, in the movie, she meets Jasper and Horace, who are a duo of thieves who understand her wickedness and want to help her embrace that. So part of the movie takes place of them just, what's the word on it? So they build a life for themselves on the streets of London, basically. From there, we meet the Baroness, and she's like a fashion legend, and she sees the flair for fashion that Estella has, and they start to build a relationship. But because of this relationship, Estella realizes there's some other things about the Baroness that causes her to embrace her wicked side and become the fashionable and revenge-bent Cruella. So this movie just captures all that I said. This has a good cast, too. You have Emma Stone, who is Cruella. Emma Thompson is the Baroness. But you also have Joel Fry and Paul Walter Hauser as Jasper and Horace. And this movie is also directed by Craig Gillespie, who did I, Tonya, which Paul Walter Hauser has had a big role in. So to start off with, when this movie was announced, I was not a fan of it. Because it's a movie that didn't need to be made, in my opinion. Like, why are we embracing the villain, who actually is pretty despicable in 101 Dalmatians, based on that she wants to skin puppies to make a coat out of them. So it didn't make sense. I kind of warmed up to it a little bit when the trailers came out, because okay, it looks like it could be good. And then I saw this movie, and I will say, one of the pros is that it is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Along with that, I liked the fashion, and I definitely liked the main performances, and I liked the story. It's it was easy to follow along with. It was a little cheesy at times, but it was entertaining. And the music in this is both a pro and a con. While I liked the music in it, there were times where it was a lot of jukebox movie music, like a lot of music from the 70s. But it seems like they threw in so much songs that it's just it didn't give the last one a chance to breathe. Or it didn't have enough score music. And also, like I said with why I wasn't a fan of the movie from the beginning when it was announced, is it's hard to be sympathetic or root for someone when you know what happens in somewhat the sequel. Because this movie makes you feel sympathetic for Cruella, and you're supposed to root for her. So it's like, that's a con, but not a huge con, because Emma Stone played it great. And just to let you know, of the theater movies that I've seen this year, this is my favorite one so far. And with that said, I'm going to give it a score of 4.5 out of 5. Well, that is my review for Cruella. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the movie. This Movie Fan Z signing off. Have a good night.